delighted to be here this afternoon. I would have been personally present and would have enjoyed the morning sessions at Chennai. But I thought that while speaking to you at a time when the digital world has made the life much easier, let me connect to you using the digital systems which we have around. The digital transformation is surely sweeping all across the sectors of economy and education, which has been for a very long time untouched by the innovations of the kind that were happening in the world of work as well as in the world of industry and corporate. Somehow or rather, we were taking a relaxed posture. Thanks to COVID-19, it has now caused tremendous amount of innovation in our educational system. And I am indeed delighted that the new education policy has been placed before the nation at a highly opportune time, where we can now take major strides and major initiatives to innovate and excel in higher education and research in our universities and colleges around the country. People like me who have been in higher education for now almost 51 years, starting from the days when the man landed first time on the moon surface way back in 1969, we have seen how the landscape of higher education, the education pedagogy, and the contributions and role which the universities and colleges play in creating not only the most vital component, what we call the human resources, for managing today's as well as tomorrow's enterprises, but by producing before the people of highly inspired and innovative capabilities by which they go and create a new world around. Today, we are very fortunate that we are now almost in the 22nd century, whereby the 20 years of 21st century are already over. And now we have taken a deep plunge into a new era, which I am calling 22nd century, because the kind of innovations which are taking place today and will take place tomorrow will be mind-boggling, and they are going to change the way we impart our education to the young inspired minds who come to us in colleges and universities. And we shall also be driving the agenda of tomorrow's global knowledge society from the point of view of contributions which we make for driving industries of tomorrow, for corporates of tomorrow, on the strength of the innovative genius of new India and the new world which we are going to create. And therefore, I think at the outset, I was really very happy that the Collegedunia has taken such a brilliant initiative to invite people who matter, including Professor Mantha, who is the Chancellor of KLE University and former Chairman of AICTE, Professor Sancheti, who has been Vice-Chancellor for several times, and he has just recently relinquished his office of Vice-Chancellorship from the prestigious SRM University, has headed NIT and now heading another university in the state of Gujarat, and several other highly well-intentioned people, including chancellors and vice-chancellors, the directors, including the director of, I find that one of the directors is from the BEST Innovation University. So you can now imagine that we are taking on board this whole idea of research and innovation university in our higher education system far more seriously than perhaps earlier. Therefore, the first and foremost point which I want to transplant in your mind while we are looking at the future of higher education and how the digital transformation is to be taken on board in redesigning, redeveloping, reshaping our institutions of higher learning and university age, that we must now embrace the digital transformation with head, heart and soul and focus on creating Advantage India, much bigger, much better and much more relevant compared to what we were creating earlier. Earlier, our focus was to create manpower, and surely much of this manpower went outside India also. Those who remained in India also made us feel very proud, and we are very happy that the rich contribution to the development of the pool of manpower of very high capability has been made by the Indian universities. Whether people like it or not, although we cry about quality a lot in our country, but people outside the country have very high appreciation of the quality of the outturn which we produce in our universities. And wherever I have gone in my life, I have been given a lot of reverence and respect by the people, primarily because those who rolled out from Delhi College of Engineering, Delhi Technological University, even Rajiv Gandhi University, Amity University here, and earlier at IIT Delhi, where I have taught for many years, I found that people have very high appreciation of the talent which India is producing, both from the government as well as from the many leading private universities. Many of them, the captains are present over here. Having said this, let me also say that today we are in a highly opportune time to extend the benefit of high quality teachers, highly competent and teachers of very high competence to great many students compared to the classroom to which we were really imparting quality education earlier. Today, a professor of IIT who may be distinguished in his own right, who understands the subject matter very thoroughly and has excellent communication skills, can reach out to millions of students within the country as well as outside. And therefore, this is one of the biggest advantage that has been created, and we need to utilize advantage digital India for creating advantage India in higher education, for significantly improving the quality of our teaching learning environment. That is one aspect. The second aspect is that in this new order in which we are all today, we have to acknowledge that despite being the Vice-Chancellor for the fourth time, I have to acknowledge that I have to learn a lot from my grandchildren. I have to learn a lot from my teachers, and I have to learn a lot from my students. Because in this age, no one knows everything while everybody knows something. That is the kind of realization we all have to make. The time or stage on a stage where a learned teacher will walk on the stage, everybody will clap and will take him seriously for every word uttered. That time has gone. Today we are in the age of collaborative learning, cooperative learning, team learning, learning from each other, pooling our own brain waves together in order to learn much deeper, much better the meaning of the subject matter that is before us. And therefore, in this changed environment of teaching learning, in my opinion, that digital transformation is going to create tremendous amount of bliss for all of us to connect ourselves well before the function begins or class begins. We could share each other's brain and also send out handout. People will come prepared. And I see that today the new age learners are highly tech savvy. They come prepared with the subject matter from the reservoir of knowledge which is already there, accessible to them. Part of it has been handed out by the teacher himself in the form of e-notes and lecture notes and connectivity provided to earlier classes, class lectures, etc. So they come fully prepared, and they are here to understand how we can understand this knowledge better and understand how to apply it for solving some of the pressing problems to which they want to apply their mind. Therefore, the whole purpose of teaching learning, in my opinion, is at the threshold of changing from merely improving the knowledge about the subject matter to improving capabilities by which you are in a position to go beyond the frontiers of knowledge which are already visited, which are already there. So how to go beyond the frontiers of knowledge while you are still at undergraduate degree is an advantage which now we have in this new digital order of learning, because here we are here to learn how to go beyond the frontiers of knowledge which already exist and how to utilize the vast body of knowledge effectively for problem solving. Therefore, the whole change which is going to happen tomorrow will be in object orientation of the teaching learning environment, and the collaborative and cooperative learning with which the teachers will learn together with the students and push the boundaries of the knowledge beyond the books and a reservoir of knowledge which are already there. So in that context, the entire teaching learning horizon, in my opinion, is going to change. We have to learn from each other. We have to provide object orientation. We have to cause interactive learning, cooperative learning, and team learning to be a reality. In fact, we also need to learn how to innovate and how to go beyond, as I said, from the existing boundaries of knowledge. Learning to innovate. How do we innovate now on the designs and on the processes and systems which we have in front of us from the knowledge which we have possessed now or which we have acquired? So learning to innovate and learning to go beyond the frontiers of knowledge would be something very, very important. And therefore, I think one of the things which we need to say the minute we go to the classroom, that we all together would like to go beyond the limits of knowledge which are already sketched out. And the very purpose of coming to a university is not only to know the subject matter, but to go beyond the limits of knowledge that exist. And it is with that kind of resolve, the new universities, the new university system, in my opinion, would work in the digital age. Coming to the research and innovation, which have now become very important aspect of teaching learning environment. When I was a student in my days of engineering, all the 5 years I was listening to my teachers, learning from my great teachers. I was looking at the books which were accessible in my library. Limitations were there, and we were able to basically concentrate on the body of knowledge that is there. The opportunity to apply that knowledge to live problems of the society, live problems of the industry, and to work together with the industry to create new knowledge to solve these problems, complex problems which they have, and to create new designs, new innovative products, to create even new enterprises and new industries. That was not the context in which education was provided in my day. However, when I went to University of Birmingham for my higher studies, master's as well as doctorate, I found that a strong integration with the industry exists there in the 70s in my university, Amity University, in my University of Birmingham in UK. And I was very happy to see that the industry and university work together with the spirit of developing new technologies and new innovations and to provide solutions to the problem which the industry has. And it is that kind of partnership that enhances both the quality and employability of the graduates and also gives them a feel and thrill and excitement about the value and relevance of the knowledge which was being imparted to us at that time at master's level or the research we were carrying out at PhD level. Much of the research which was happening in the Department of Mechanical Engineering at University of Birmingham at that time was directly relevant to the industry there, and they wanted to utilize the outcome of the master's and doctoral research directly for driving the agenda of advancement and growth of new technologies and new industry. When I returned back to IIT, I tried to sell this idea that the strong integration with industry is very much essential if we have to ensure that we become partner in progress to nation building and driving the agenda of industrialization and leapfrogging our industry to higher levels of performance in the years to come. I succeeded partly, of course, during my 12 years of IIT Delhi. We worked in close cooperation with the industry and ensured that industry integration, both in higher education as well as research, becomes a reality in the IIT. At Delhi College of Engineering also, that was the mantra I took from IIT, transplanted into the college and ensured that the students are allowed to work. We create a space in our curriculum so that the students are allowed to work by their own hands on designing and developing new models, new products, new systems, and that too in close cooperation with the industry. The direct advantage was that the students became highly capable. Some of them became more capable even than their teachers, even than their director, later on Vice-Chancellor. They all performed very well. Employability suddenly went up, and I was very happy that during my time, I could have the day when industry will first visit Delhi College of Engineering for recruitment rather than going to an IIT or any other reputed institution. That happens primarily because you create an environment in which research is integrated in higher education and you are in a position to provide tremendous amount of space in the curriculum for hands-on experience for the students so that they can innovate and excel, design and develop and compete at national as well as international level with their designs and products. So that's an agenda now. It can be taken up at all levels. In my Amity University where I am, this is one of the reasons why I am here. I want to ensure that more and more space is provided for self-learning, for applying knowledge to innovate and also to design and develop new products and new systems. And at the same time, we have to drive the agenda of patenting as well as picking up higher-end research and development in line with the national missions of the government. And very many missions are there, and we need to really ensure that we are in a position to contribute effectively for developing India of our dream by taking these missions with all seriousness in our research and development goals and innovation goals. Therefore, it is very much important for us to look at research and innovation ecosystem in the university from a very different angle now that the new education policy, NEP 2020, is before us. Much of the interdisciplinary perception for research much of the object orientation and outcome orientation of research has become absolutely essential. And therefore, the agenda which I have before me is to pursue research as a mission, not just merely an open-ended research to publish papers or to get laurels for that reason. Idea here is how my research can be helpful to my country, to my society, to solving some of the pressing problems which they have before us. Whether it is a mission energy, whether it is a mission wastewater treatment, whether it is a mission of contributing significantly to Industry 4.0 and its advancement in India, or indigenization of much of the intellectual property, or how to use Indian knowledge system to create new layers of engagement in creating intellectual property and their translation to new products. These are the issues with which now we have to pay our greatest attention to. And therefore, I am pursuing the cause of what I call interdisciplinary research clusters. Interdisciplinary research clusters are a valid means of creating that vital interdisciplinary orientation to research and development. And this way, we could be both local as well as global in our approach. While we would be looking at the local problems and providing solution research to solve those local problems, we would also be driving the agenda of the global knowledge community by contributing significantly to the advancement of science and technology, innovations and new product development. So this is something I thought I must really share this to you. At this moment, I am also really in a great hurry to go and do some other work. But let me finish and conclude about what I was really trying to say, that the universities and colleges in India are in a position of great opportunity today. And this opportunity has been facilitated more by the new education policy, NEP 2020, along with the digital transformation, which has become a reality in our higher education sector today in colleges and universities. And therefore, we must take the fullest advantage of the digital transformation and pledge ourselves to creating a highly vibrant academic research and innovation system in our universities and colleges, by which we would address the problem of employability, problem of quality, competence development of our teachers, effective communication as well, and at the same time, we'll work as partners in progress, both at the local as well as at the global level. With these words, ladies and gentlemen, may I take this opportunity once again to thank Collegedunia for giving me this opportunity to connect to you at Chennai at this very important conclave which has been organized. Let me also thank each one of you for your patient hearing to me, and I pray to God Almighty that together we all succeed in making Mother India proud by our efforts which we invest here and now and hereafter to cause a very significant radical departure in the approaches which we had earlier and cause tremendous amount of upsurge of high quality education, research and innovation in our country. And that way, the new India, the cause of creating new India will be greatly contributed by the university. The world will be proud of India. The world will be proud of Indian university. God bless you, and thank you so much for your patient hearing to me. Thank you so much, Collegedunia. Thank you, Sanjay Meena, my own alumni of Delhi College of Engineering, and my friends in Collegedunia for giving me this opportunity to connect. Thank you.